Hey everybody, welcome back to another Tuesday night chat with the Muskrat. Hanging out here at the house this week. It's been a busy week last week. I appreciate everybody took time out to stop in, say hi, and hang out with us while we was on a fishing adventure. Hang on, y'all don't want to hear me twice. We had an awesome adventure last week down on the Tennessee River chain, and we ended up hitting five different lakes on that adventure last week. So we had a whole bunch of fun. I'll talk a little bit more about it here in just a few minutes. But before too many people get fired up in here, I'm going to start saying some hellos. Tommy Long, first one in the house tonight, followed by Ernie Brown and James Kirkpatrick. Real Beasts hanging out with us tonight. I'll drop his link here in a little bit. He's just about to hit 500 subs. And he's got a lot of different content. He fishes. He actually fishes quite a bit with Chat Cats, I believe, and does a good job out there. So, Real Beasts, congratulations. We'll try to get you to 500 tonight before it's all said and done. Carmel Muncie's in the house. Mike Sampson, Creole Catfishing. What's up, my Cajun brother? John Patrick Jr.'s in the house as well. Chrissy Brown. J-Dog's in the house. J-Dog laying a smackdown on me in chat tonight. We were bouncing around everybody's shows. Papo Ed's in the house. Let's see who else we got going on in here. The Avid is in the house. Bob of Fishing Fins and Finds. Bob's looking to close in on his watch hours. So if you got time or you can think about it, what I did last night is when you hit a playlist, it'll continue to run through the whole playlist and get a lot of watch hours. So last night I went to bed and I just turned it on and just let her run. And so we're trying to get Bob's watch hours up there. So if you think about it, kick on, give you some time over there and help Bob out. Bob's done a lot for everybody in the community. And of course that Fish a Wish Foundation tournament that the three of them put together was outstanding. So your boy Troy's in the house. Philip Williams is in the house as well. I missed. Liz is in here as well. I missed her somewhere. There she is. Elizabeth Kirkpatrick Thomas. Mouthful. See who else we got. Patriot James is in the house. Thanks, brother, for stopping in. Fishing the Mid-South. Hey, Roger, get me to 3,000 tonight, okay? I'll see what I can do. I'll see what I can do. I've only got 1,000, so everybody subscribe 3 times. Zach Murray's in the house. Zach and I spent some time together this morning out on the Ohio River. 0 current today. Man, it was tough bite. We did manage to pull a trifecta in, Channel Blue and Flathead in the boat today, so we was happy about that. Brittany and Rick, I think that's new. That's a new one for me. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate you being here. And try to scroll back down here and make sure I got everybody accounted for. I think I missed a couple of comments there. Rez is in the house. Thanks for stopping in, buddy. I appreciate it. Muskrat's all in love and respect. Oh yeah, brother. I know. I got big shoulders. I could take it. I could take it. We have how about Epic? Yeah, Epic was doing story time over on the Bullock Experience. They were doing campfire stories tonight with guest Tim Scott, and you just can't help yourself but to just start taking notes, and you just want to make yourself better. Dale Hayslips in the house. Thanks, buddy. Mr. Arco's in the house. I missed it somehow. Matt Wannabe Outdoors is in the house. I think we're just about caught up. Brian B. Catfishing. What's up, brother? And there's the third, the triangle, the trifecta for the River Warriors, Mr. Skip Stewart, Clearview Outdoors. Thanks, buddy, for tuning in. Skip stuck it out longer than we did today, trying to get on some fish. We managed to pull off just a little bit of current today, and just a teeny bit of current that we had. We had to try bumping. We had to try bumping, so that's what we did. Thank you for that, James. And let's see, we'll go ahead and get things started here. We'll get things started off. First of all, there's Tim Molina. Uncle Lou's in the house. Thanks for stopping in. Steve Mosley, just when I think I've got everybody caught up, I leave everybody out. So yeah, I'm Solo Texans in the house. I'm trying to catch up from the live streams last week. Obviously Zach and I were out doing a lot of fishing. We were, one of the things I'll say about, taking these trips and doing all these adventures we've been able to do this year. One, very grateful and very blessed to have the opportunity to do that. But the big thing I take away from most of these trips is, always be prepared for the unexpected, because you just never know what kind of situation you're going to find yourself in. All these tools that we have as far as Navionics, Google Earth, Google Maps, and all these other things, tools that we use before we take off and do a trip, that all went out the window when we got down there. We had found some big, deep water. I've seen some other YouTube cat fishermen fish some of these same holes with success. And when we got down there, it just wasn't the case. We was drifting and anchored up on some, 100-foot plus holes, 70, 80 foot of water. I mean, we marked some nice fish. They just wouldn't cooperate. And bumping was never even part of the plan. It was, we took our bumping rods, we always, like I said, just in case. And turns out like 90% of the fish caught on that trip down there, minus the eater fish we caught up on Watts Bar, was all done with bumping. So just always have, always have your bags packed and ready to get thrown a wild card, because you just never know. Lawson Shawnee, I have an empty seat if anyone wants to fish for about half a day. I've got stuff I got to get done here. I took off and did it today, but you'll learn a lot hanging out with Zach. Zach has put a lot of time on the water and a lot of resources. He talks to a lot of folks. He's got a great network of friends that he reaches out to on a consistent basis and talks and just gains knowledge. And that's one of the keys to success is to continue to learn and evolve. But two other things real quick, and I'll get to the kids tournament here. One is I just got off the stream over with Dan with Green Machine. He had Dan and Stan too, and he also had Chris from Catfish Clothing, which fishes the James River quite a bit. If you've ever thought about or you're thinking about going to the James River, watch that last live feed. Dan has put together a whole bunch of awesome information that is just one docket, and you can it will open flow charts for you. It'll open tide charts for you, mapping for you. It has so many tools that he cram-packed into this one docket that it's unreal. It's probably the best tool I have seen so far as interactive and full. I mean, it's just jam full of information. I'm going to be poking at that thing for who knows how long, but hats off to Dan over at Green Machines, Green Machine Fishing. If you haven't checked him out, check it out. And if you've ever thought about, or you maybe think you might want to go try the James out, check that video out and check that information out. He spent a lot of time putting that together, and it is really good stuff. So Kelly's in the house. Thanks, Kelly. Bullock Experience was over there checking you out earlier. I thought it was really cool what you did with the little fire and everything going on, and just a cool setting. I thought it was really well done. Good job with that. Jim, Buckeye Catfishing, is in the house. Thanks for stopping in. Lance McCoo guy. He was our guest, well, not last week because we was on the water, but the week before he was hanging out with us as well. Pontoon Jody's in the house. And Brian B, he's trying to hit everybody. He's trying to get everybody in there on that one. So what was the other one? We'll come back. We'll circle back around to that too. We got some crazy stuff going on in the YouTube world as far as YouTube wanting to take videos down for the hunting and fishing channels for graphic content and whatnot. I checked out. I heard a little bit of it through Haz's video, and so I started doing some research today and digging into it, and it's just so crazy and scatterbrained. You know, nobody really has a real good answer. So I'll circle back to it here in just a little bit. But what we got to talk about now is the kids catfishing for kids Halloween costume contest fishing event coming up, and I set this thing up just to have. I just want to have a lot of fun. All right. The first Catfishing for Kids event, I'm trying to pull my pictures up here so I can make sure I got everything loaded. The first Catfishing for Kids event I thought was fantastic. The support that we got from the community, the comments that I received from the parents and the grandparents, aunts, uncles, and kids themselves about how much fun they had during this event. It was a no-brainer. We got to do it again. I'm a Halloween nut myself. I got signed up with the Anglerholics, Liz and James Kirkpatrick, Liz Kirkpatrick Thomas. I'll try to get that right from now on. They've got their costume fishing event video thing coming up, and I volunteered to be a judge for that because I like the Halloween freak stuff myself. So the way I set it up, and I wanted this to be fun, is if the kid shows up in costume, they're going to get 3 points just for showing up. All right. And then if the child stays in costume, their points will double to 6 points if you can stay in costume for the entire fishing event, which I changed to 4 hours this time around. We had it last time. It was about 5 hours, and right about that 3.5 hour mark, right 4 hours, you could tell the kids were just about over it. So we went ahead and cut it back to 4 hours this go around and see if that helps things out a little bit. You know, we want this to be fun, all for the kids. But what kid doesn't like seeing the parents dress up too? All right. And so I decided to throw a rule in there that if the parent or the adult, we don't necessarily have to be a parent, but if the adult shows up in costume, we're going to make that a 5 points. And if they stay in costume, we're going to double their points as well and make it 10 points. So technically, if a child and a adult showed up in costume and stayed in costume for the event, they got 16 points. Depending on participation from the other anglers, they could win the thing and not even catch a fish. But we're going to have the other fish. I'm trying to get my picture back up here so I can make sure I go through the points. I've got it here on my next page. But the point system is pretty simple. 1 to 10 points is going to be 1 point. 10.1 to 20 is 2 points. 20 to 30 is 3 points. 30 to 40, 4 points. 40 to 50, 5 points. And if you catch anything over 50 pounds, it's an automatic 10 points. And I just did this. I thought it would be a cool, fun way, something a little bit different. There's so many cool different things going on with these catfish tournaments right now. It's just the sky's the limit as far as what we want to do and how we want to do it. And my goal and my main objective is to have fun. And I thought, what better way to have fun is let some kids dress up, get some adults dressed up, and have some fun. Now, there was a lot of stuff going on. Tim Scott's in the house. Epic, what's going on, brother? Catfish Hero Sean's in the house as well. Fishing with the Chad. I think I said hi, but I'll say hi again. But the whole idea was just to have fun with the kids. We're still looking for any sponsors or donations for the kids tournament. I've got some stuff here I'm going to try to throw together for them. But if you or somebody who might be willing to help out, make the event awesome for the kids, get a hold of me or have somebody get a hold of me, and we'll put some stuff together for them and make it You know, it always feels good when they get something in the mail and you didn't know you love me. You only love J-Dog. Come on now. But anyway, we're looking for some stuff to help the kids out and have a good time and plug forward from there. So there was some stuff going on that evening. I know Palmetto Cats has a Monster Quest tournament going on that Saturday night. So this will be Saturday morning. I think I set it for 9 to 1. 9 to 1, yeah, 9 to 1. So 4-hour tournament that's you know, designed just to have a lot of fun and get these kids pumped up, get them out there, you know, get them on the water and have a good time. And I'm looking forward to it. There's Dan Green Machine. Your ears must have been burning. Hey, Dan, I know I said a little bit of it in chat, but the work and time you put into that information, hands down, is probably the best thought out and organized information I've ever seen somebody hand out on YouTube, man. There's a lot of knowledge and a lot of notes to be taken from tons of live streams, but that docket that you can save and go in and play with and all that stuff, man, hats off to you. I said in the chat, you could tell that was done by a teacher. It was very well thought out and very well done. So if you guys didn't get a chance to check that out, check it out. 3 cheers for Catfish Heroes, who has been beating the tar out of the Giants. Yeah, no kidding. Back-to-back weeks, you guys are putting 80-pound fish in a boat. It is a tough feat. And the thing is, you guys are doing it on anchor. So first of all, I'll say I have been able to catch up some live streams. Bob, I do appreciate the comments in the follow-up for the Fish-A-Wish Foundation. I couldn't get in. We had bad service down through there a lot of the trip. But I did watch the after party, and I appreciate the kind words and comments and congratulations on the big 78-pound monster. That thing was a tank. But we caught it bumping, you know, and that's bumping is crazy, but reeling in a fish with a moving boat is a heck of a lot easier than doing it on an anchor or doing it from the bank. And you know, I won't say that I could or couldn't have got him in any other way, but I wouldn't want to. With Zach's help, running the boat and coordinating things, you know, it's very smooth. Getting that dude in the boat and getting weighed up. I had a couple comments on the video about you know, taking too long to get the fish weighed and getting back in the water. And I agree that, you know, we could have done that a lot quicker. Our scales was acting crazy. We couldn't figure it out. Zach finally figured it out for me. You know, and the thing is, that doesn't bother me. I want people to care about the fish, and I want people to call other people out, myself included. You know, when we're not able to properly handle or care for the fish. Now, you guys saw the fish beat the tar out of me. He was more than good enough to go back. You know, the fight itself wasn't a long, strenuous fight, so that fish had plenty of fight left in him, and he was released great. And there was absolutely no worry about the fish's health. But I do still appreciate those comments, even though they seem negative in chat. It helps me realize that there are several people out there and lots of people out there that still really care about the well-being of our trophy catfish. And if we don't have those people hanging around and we don't have those people speaking up, then then we'll lose these fish eventually if we don't have people fighting for them. I see some comments coming by here, and I got caught up here in my little story, but we'll get back down here. Literally beat the poop out of them. Yeah. Tommy did break your dad's record. I was wondering if you guys went because of the rain. Let's see. I see some Brian B stickers. Give me an excuse to start throwing darts again. Hey, speaking of stickers, we did get some mail today. We got a new sweet. Oop, that's blown out, ain't it? Let's do this. Sweet doggy has life sticker. We're going to take this bad boy and we're going to stick him up on the wall back here. I've been ready for one of these. This guy is nice and pretty. He can be seen far and wide. We're going to throw him up here on the wall of fame. And just a reminder, if anybody else in chat has stickers or decals or anything that you would like to get put up on the wall back here, and it's always cool to see your logo and emblem back here hanging out. My address is in most of it should be in this description of the video as well, or other ones. Whose sticker is that? That was a Has Life with a sweet doggy. Sweet doggy. I can't say it like him. That's probably a good thing. But if you guys got stickers or decals you want to get up on the board, send them to me. If you need my address, just holler at me. It's in most of the descriptions of the videos, but if for some reason it's not there, we'll get it sent to you. What else do we have going on? So the kids tournament, we only have 2 spots left. We opened up registration on the 1st of October. I did that so that, once I announced that the tournament was going to be going on, I wanted everybody to get an opportunity to think about it and make plans if they were thinking about doing it, and then open the startup. Because there's a lot of, Lance, I have not received one yet, buddy. I have not. Well, poop. That Has Life sticker will be a collector's item after he retires in shame from Chucky beating him. There is a lot going on in the YouTube catfishing world, as far as tournaments, competitions, call outs, and all that stuff. It is so much fun. There's so much entertainment and to see right now. The thing is, we've got so many live streams. I'm like, I want to watch a video, but I only got like 20 or 30 minutes to watch a video, and these live streams are like 2 to 7 hours long, and I'm one of them. I've got all kinds of content I can't sit down and put together. Real Beast said I should have sent you one. We'll set something up. Shoot me a message. I'd like to get you on the show sometime. Matter of fact, I said I was going to do this. We got 53 folks in chat. Real Beast is a upcoming channel here that would like to throw down. He's been shown up in a lot of different live streams I've been watching, and let me see if I can get it up here real quick for you. And I'm going to drop streams I've been watching. You don't want to hear me no more than you have to. Let me get that up real quick. I'm going to drop his link here for us in chat. There we go. Real Beasts came in tonight with 496 subs, and he's got some really cool content. Multi-species angler that does lots of different things. Just a good dude, fun to watch. I know he's got some giveaways coming up, and he's got some other cool, exciting things going on. He does a whole lot of road trips. He likes to travel like I do, and get out there and put fish in a boat. Please hit the like button, folks, if you haven't already. Thank you, Buck Williams. I appreciate that. So we've also got I got my sweet doggy on the truck window. There you go. All right. We've got a couple giveaways just came in. So I'll go ahead and announce it here because I'm tickled to death. No surprise that Uncle Lou will support the kids tournament, and he has 2 medium. We're going to call them sturgeon rods for the kids tournament. And then we've also got a Anglerholics mystery bag for the kids tournament as well. So that's going to be fun. Thank you, John. John actually made the thumbnail for me for the kid. I'm telling you, John is fast. John is fast. I sent him some idea. Catfish are your main. That's right. I sent John some ideas of some what I wanted to do with the kids tournament, and I'm talking like 10 minutes. He had a thumbnail made and beautifully done, and I'm like, that's it. So hats off to John, man. He does so much for everybody in the community. What an awesome talent to have, just a very creative eye. So Soldier, I've weighed and measured so many giants in my lifetime. I don't need to do it anymore. Weighed and measured more than 1,000 flatheads, volunteering for it. And might have missed something there. Yeah, Tim looks at a fish and says, that's about 80 pounds. Yeah, that's good enough for me. That's good enough for me. He's caught enough big fish. He knows what they are. And the same goes for, the rest of us too. I know Zach and I, we'll weigh fish, but it don't have to be down to the ounces and whatnot. We just kind of take it for what it is. That's a good fish. Will we ever get to the point where we've caught so many fish we don't care to weigh them or measure them anymore? Maybe. I don't know. I really like to hear those big numbers, especially when you double your PB one week down on the Tennessee River. What's a big fish? Never had one. Got to put time on the water, man. That's it. I know you guys. I know a lot of you anyway. Send me comments and messages throughout, and Zach and I have put a lot of time on the water, and it pays off some days it don't. Zach's bumped up a 50 or 65 pound blue on the Mississippi River, bumping, and man, that thing was a tank, and it was fun. It was exciting, and Zach's just like me. When Zach caught his, I was shaking, I was tore up, I was having a time of my life. And it went full circle when I hooked into that big dude there. When it was all said and done, Zach was still shaking and trembling, and I was pumped with adrenaline. And if you didn't get to watch the video, go back and check it out. You don't have to watch a lot of video. That video is the very first fish on the live stream. I'm going to go back and try to edit it a little bit and make it a little bit cleaner and have some fun with it. But man, oh man, what an amazing trip. I can't even count how many fish we caught in the 30s and 40 range, which around here, that's a fantastic fish. That's on the high end of the potential. And, we were able to catch them left and right, and, teeners and 20 pounders, man, it's going to be hard not to make that my favorite place to be. For the viewers, it would be great to see how much they weigh. I think most people just dream of catching a fish the size you guys do. Yeah, it was epic. Hey, you're absolutely right. Big is that's a great point, Zach. Big is relative to what you have available to you. Here in this water, we're not going to catch a 78-pound fish. Zach actually made that comment this morning. He says, it's kind of humbling going out to fish this morning, and there are no 70-pound fish to catch. There's none, not in our water. And so, a 40 to 50-pound fish is a great fish. And, Skip catching 65-pounder out of the Ohio River and our pools, that's unreal. That is the very tip top. I don't even know anyone who's caught a fish that big around here. I know that there's a record set from I don't know when, but that's fantastic. But guys say, my PB is 20 pounds or my PB is 30 or 40 pounds. That may be the very top end of the potential where you're fishing at. And if so, that's a fantastic fish. So, great point there. Big is relative. Sandusky Bay, 15 pounds is a beast. And he's absolutely right. Those are channel cats up there. They can get in the 20-pound range, 20 to 25. I was very fortunate during the Fish-A-Wish tournament. that not only me, but Zach also caught our PBs, channel cats. Had a 21 some odd pound, and he had a 17.3, I believe. And those are those are tanks. Those are huge channel cats, especially for that area up there. And if Tim says it's a beast, and we could see it's a beast, we're not all going to catch those. Yeah, you're absolutely right, man. Minnow dunkers. There we go. He's got the records up there. 76 pound for flathead, 96 pound blue. I have no idea where they caught that blue at. And a 37 pound channel cat and their higher records. Yeah, those are some giant fish. I don't see those numbers hardly at all anymore. There you go, Haz. Thanks, brother. We got the sticker in the mail today, and she's up on the wall, looking good, looking good. I'm hoping to fill this wall up. I might have to expand it. If you guys notice, I keep a big bare spot there where my head is because I don't want to put it up on the board just to be covered up the whole time it's up there. So Cincinnati, okay, and that might be the farther down it seems like we get on the pools on the Ohio, the better the fishing seems to get. Now you said that this guy's about 60. He's there in there one day. I will find him. Yeah. Skip has had a fantastic year. 2 fish over 60 pounds in the same year out of these waters is unreal. Zach's got to travel all over the daggone country to find fish that size. Skip gets to stay home and do it. So real quick, we're talking about, actually has, if you want, I can throw a link out here to you. But I started digging once I saw your video about the YouTubers wanting to take content down or demonetize channels for graphic content. And basically it's about harming animals. And so I did a lot of research today, and I dug through their fine print, and it actually says hunting and taking of game animals is completely fine. I believe it's the impact. So even on some of the hunting channels and things, you'll see that they've gone away from the impact shot. So when the animal gets, whether it's, struck with an arrow or a bullet, a lot of times they're either graying that out so that you don't see, red blood, or they just take the impact shot completely out of it. And I'm guessing a lot of that is just to avoid what's going on now, which is channels just being demonetized and their money taken away for 30 days. Now for me, that's not a big deal. I'm not making any big money off of a YouTube channel, but there are guys, Justin with Kayak Catfish, he's full-time YouTube, and Catfish Dave, we ran into him down here on this trip, and I'll talk about him here in just a second. But there are guys that are making a full-time living out of fishing and creating content for all of us to view and watch and learn. And without any warning, they are pulling the rug out from underneath the folks and shutting the channels down or demonetizing for graphics. Now, I know Has mentioned in his for the catch, cook, and clean. It's the catch, clean, and cook. You got to clean it first. It's the cleaning part that gets graphic and is most likely what's turning heads on the channels. But if you're a content creator like myself, or like many of us are here in chat, not too many over 30s around green up blocks around the Big Sandy River. Dog man, you're fishing our neck of the woods. We was at green up this morning, as a matter of fact. And you're right. There's not a whole lot of big fish up there. But getting back to what I was saying, if you're a content creator that is either, cutting bait could possibly be a strike or could possibly cause a problem for your channel. I would I would step back from some of the graphic stuff right now until we get more clear definitions, because right now there's no answers being given by YouTube for the folks that are asking questions. And I watched a few videos today about guys who went through and screenshotted the policies and procedures that are put forth by YouTube. And according to what they've shown, they're not breaking any rules of any kind. So if they're changing something, it seemed like they would give us a little bit of a warning or let us know. But I just kind of took that information. has already talked a lot about this. I just picked it up and kind of ran with it because it got my attention today. So thanks for bringing it to our attention. And hopefully maybe this information will perk interest in somebody to do a little digging as well, and not put yourself in a situation to have your content taken down or deleted or demonetized for 30 days. Like I said, for the folks that make a living out doing this, that's a big blow. So as I mentioned, Zach and I ran into Catfish Dave, and Catfish Dave is a character. Some people love him and some people don't love him. And, I gotta be honest with you. I've always been on the fence. Some of his content is just kind of like not for me, and some of his stuff was okay, and I couldn't really make him out. But I'll tell you this: Zach and I spent 45 minutes to an hour with him hanging out below Nickajack Dam, and just talking. And man, he shared a lot of information. I'll just be honest with you. We told him we was looking for some small fish. We needed some eaters for a fish fry. And that dude sent me a pin on a map and said, go right here. And of course, you guys may have seen that live stream. Zach and I put 30 fish in a boat in 2 hours. And it was exactly what we wanted. It was small fish. They were eaters. But Kayak Catfish also has 122,000 subs. You're absolutely right. So imagine him being demonetized, all of his money, income being taken away for 30 days because of cutting a shad up or whatever. They like I said, they're not giving any answers as to why or what it is about the content that they don't like. It's like pissing off your boss, but you don't know what you did wrong. Just go to the corner and stand. What did I do? I don't know. Just go. So yeah, I am myself. I'm not nowhere near that, and I'm not making much money off of this thing. I do it for fun. I do it because I really truly want the sport to evolve and grow. And I love when I get a comment. If somebody says, "Hey, thanks for showing that. I appreciate it," or "I use that," or you taught me something. 99% of everything I put out is regurgitated through things that I've learned, picked up, or experienced myself. And, I try not to ever say anything that I haven't tried or believed in myself. But that's why I do it. I'm not here. I'm not going to be Justin with the 122,000 subs. Maybe if I live somewhere where I can catch fish like that all the time. Lefty, after getting into catfishing, don't love it. Is that right? Yeah, there's that's the thing. That's why it's so cool to have so many channels to choose from. There's something for everybody. There's channels I go to when I want entertainment. Don't cut bait for sure on camera. Yeah, there's a lot of things that we could do to minimize our risk. There's channels I go to when I want entertainment. There's channels I go to when I'm wanting to learn to sharpen my skills. And there's channels that do a little bit of both. And it seems like the channels that do a little bit of both are the ones that really seem to exceed. Roger, you can't get in trouble with YouTube. We can't live without Muskrat for 30 days. Yeah, you could. But I hope you don't have to. So appreciate that, buddy. Let's see. I seen another comment. Man, I seen comment. This wasn't it, but I do like this comment. People don't want to watch someone doesn't want to see some cleaning fish or cutting bait. They just want something else, and I 100% agree with that. Unfortunately, that's not the way. That's not the way it works. Somebody got upset. I missed something up here. 351 Cleveland dropped the $5 up here somewhere. I missed that. Oh, there it is. Hey, 351. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. I wasn't trying to bring up the money thing to get anybody's pockets, but it does help out. It pays for memberships and subscriptions and things like that to keep things rolling. But thank you very much. J-Dog just pop in a seat and Zach or Skip's boat. It will move, I promise. That's kind of what happened to Zach this morning. He said he was going fishing, and I texted him at like 11 o'clock last night because plans had changed for today, and I found myself available to go. I said, hey, are you still fishing tomorrow? Yeah, I'll be there at 6 o'clock. Ernie, I fished with Skip. It was really fun. Plus, I outfished him. Yeah, that's always good when you outfish the guy on his own boat. Now, one of the things we've been doing lately, and it depends on the scenario, but one of the things that I've done a lot here lately is taking turns on a boat. So in an anchored position and things like that, just kind of do that. Obviously, you can't take turns catching fish if you're bumping or it even drifting and whatnot. But dragging and anchoring, one of the things we've been kind of doing here this year is taking turns. So put all the rods out. Every rod got the same opportunity. And just kind of like go through rotation. We'll kind of do that up when you go to a charter boat, like on Lake Erie, and you go out for a walleye or anything like that. It's a 5 or 6 man limit. 5 or 6 man limit. You guys just take turns, and we kind of been doing that on the boat as well. And if you're the guy catching all the fish that day, that's a good day. But if you're not the guy catching fish, it's a long day. And so being able to share the rods and mix things up a little bit. Boom, Sunfish Assassin, the 222, staying in the house for the screenshot I took the other day. Man, I got a whole bunch of screenshots of last week. Most of them were with the big fish, and but there were some that weren't, and I enjoyed them all. I could laugh at myself and have fun, and But thank you for the 222. Appreciate that. Tommy says 25 pounds. Channel is a special fish. You're absolutely right. Around here, I fished with Roger too, but he would stand in front of my pole, so I couldn't get to it. That's right. That did happen. I was taking a picture or something, and I was in the way. Oh, Liz from James and Liz, because you're awesome. Thank you, guys. I appreciate that so much. I really do. Thank you, guys. Thank you. $5 booms. We bang those walleyes. Yeah, I took a trip up with Tommy and his brother Trevor and a couple other folks, and man, we had a blast. I think we were limited out by 11 o'clock, something like that, and it was just fun. What? There's some thongs I believe in, and one is showing bait. I'm going to say he meant things. I know TV and Weekstream doesn't believe in showing bait, but I'll show it. It's part of it. Yeah, it's like you said right there, Weekstream, you start upsetting somebody and that's just the way society is right now. It's not the way it used to be. I don't see it really ever going back that way. Oh man, boom, 222 since Sunfish did it. Hey, you can't help but think it's staying as soon as you see that right there. Zach says Roger will step on your head to get a rod going down. Doc Lang taught him that trick. Doc Lang tells a story of him and Mark Blauvelt fishing together, and Doc is very agile when that rod's going down. He does not hesitate. So Doc Lang is a fantastic fantastic friend and fantastic pioneer and teacher of the sport, and very passionate about conservation and giving back to the folks that want to fish and get out there and make a name for themselves. And he has loved seeing people catch fish. Roger got his backpack. Yeah, I was going to leave that part out, but it wasn't me. We took one of the kids along, Trevor's boy, and he had his head down for way too long. And my backpack was laying there with all my camera gear, my GoPro, batteries, everything was in that bag. And yeah, you know the rest. I'm not going to go there. Kevin Palmetto Cats is in the house. What's going on? Uncle Lou with the 333. Heck yeah. 333. Counting down. He was standing in front of my pole, talking to me, Zach. My pole was double over behind him. I swear it was an accident. Been in the boat with Doc. He's a class act. They don't have to watch, Rod. Yeah, I know that, brother. I know that. But with the way YouTube is right now, and like I said, taking videos down and demonetizing channels, without much explanation. So far, I haven't seen an explanation as far as exactly what it is they're not happy about. Basically, anytime you see blood, is going to be. I got stickers in the mailbox for that. All right. Thank you, Bob. I appreciate that. As soon as we get them in the house, we'll get them up on the wall and support them proudly. So, but yeah, anytime you see blood, people get upset and things happen. And unfortunately, that's just the way things are turning out to be right now. And you showing your baits offends me, Tim, because my baits aren't that big. Kevin, there's a little bit of stuff going on right now with YouTube. So far, it's been mostly hunting channels, but it's also starting to roll over into the fishing channels, and they are demonetizing channels and removing videos for graphic content. And they're claiming animal rights is what the word is. Now, YouTube has not responded to any questions or emails that has been sent so far. There is a buzz if you put it in your search bar for YouTube about what's going on. There are folks out there talking about it, and there are folks that are admitting that their channels have been demonetized for 30 days for the content. And there's been no explanation really as to why. If you read the fine print and the guidelines, hunting and fishing are acceptable. There's a roundabout way of doing it. The only thing about what anyone's making any sense out of so far is the blood and gore. So the impact, maybe cutting the bait. So just a word of caution. Do a little bit of research. Let's see. Kayak Catfish had a good explanation on his thoughts of all this morning. All right, there you go. I didn't catch that this morning. I was catching fish. But just something to put. I just wanted to put it on the radar. Has did a great job. He talked about it on one of the shows this week. I've been trying to catch up on shows, and so I just wanted to put it out there in front of some folks and say, hey, this is something that's happening. People's channels are being demonetized, and they're doing it for 30 days. So for guys like Kayak Catfish and some of the other big-time guys out there that are making a living out of this, taking your money away for 30 days is a big deal with no warning. Hey, you may want to take these videos down before this goes into effect or anything like that. There's a lot of guys really upset about it. I'll work on a figure 8 boat side muskie for the animal rights folks. Yeah. YouTube keeps taking my subs for lack of fishing greatness. Oh, that's not true. Chad, you guys have done really well this year, man. You guys went out. Heck, you guys went out to the Patriot James's fishing tournament. I think you guys got, second place? on a water you've never seen or been on before. Hold your head up for that. I haven't finished second place anything. Stan has, since maybe Abbott's not here to remind Stan, second place, Stan. But you take second place on every event, you're pretty good. Funny how Facebook is going through a dumpster fire, and now YouTube all of a sudden taking precautions. I'm not sure the timing on that 351 as far as what's been going on. I think the YouTube thing's been kind of coming for a couple weeks. What about dead baits? I can't offer anything other than my opinion on any of this because I don't have any facts. My intent was to just to make people aware and cautious to do some research, and when you're making your videos or content, live streams, or any of that stuff, to just kind of have it on your radar. And if you've got good friends and buddies that make this type of content, maybe put a buzz in their ear to help save them some trouble. Or I'm here, Roger. I was being nice. Well, I stole your thunder. How's that? I like to believe that those channels are being targeted for, my vocabulary ain't good enough. I don't even know what that word is. Yeah, and that's possible. You know what I mean? They're using that loophole to get to something else. But like I said, I don't have anything but my opinion on it, and that, so I don't want to put a bunch of stuff out there because it's just my opinion at this point. The fact is that there is something going on. There are channels that are being affected and videos being taken down, and I thought it was worth a mention for all the folks that are here and do that kind of stuff. Let's see, what else did I have? Let's see. I think I got everything. Hunting channels, 30 days, YouTube, regulations, Bob Benson funds. I think I covered everything I meant to cover tonight. Hell yeah, they're lurking around. They should join like everyone else. They climbed the ladder in my book. I think I missed that. Something. River Certified is welcome here. Anytime. Somebody said, I think they said he was down in South America or something. Roger, are you ready for my boat yet? J-Dog, I'm always ready for the boat. I did see somebody ask, where is the Muskrat? This mechanic, it's where, oh, there it is. Tommy asked, the boat is still at the mechanics. It's been there since August 9th. I'm scared to death to see what this bill is going to turn out to be. Well, actually, I don't know. He ain't been working on it, apparently. He said it took forever to get a part, which I'll give him that. Maybe it does. But the part he said I needed, which was basically, that's a great question. I'll get to that here in just a second. The part that he said I needed was the trigger, which is the timer base for the timer that tells the spark plugs which order to spark in and what time to do it. But I could get that thing here, and I can get that thing here in 2 days on Amazon. So I don't know why it took so stinking long. Sunfest Assassin dropped another 222. Are you still with me, Stan? 222.52. Sunfish Assassin, keep a track. Let me get over here real quick, and I'll give you guys a rundown real quick on who is in the kids tournament so far. We've only got 2 spots open, I believe. Let me double check before I even commit to that. Yes, we got 2 spots open right now. So first team is going to be Eric and Bryce Jacobs, who are also in on the first kids tournament. Caitlin Dunnigan and Josh Dunnigan also going to compete again. Justin Mullador and Gabby Goose. Wouldn't be a kids tournament without Gabby Goose, would it? We also got Blue Line Adventures, Chris and Dante Hage. I'm guessing. I'm sorry if I murdered that. Zach Murray is bringing in Dallas as well. And we got Terry Stewart and Brindley Stewart, which is Skip Stewart's son and granddaughter. So we still have 2 spots open, and still got plenty of time to get things in line and get things together. Like I said, we're going to try to put some cool stuff together for the kids that have some fun, some prizes and whatnot to brag about when it's all said and done. And so it's going to be a fun event, and I'm sure we're going to get some laughs. I've heard some costume ideas so far from some of the folks that are competing, and it's going to be entertaining. I'll leave it at that. See, trophy catfishing, where were you at trying to catch the biggest catfish in the river, is the most misunderstood sport that there is. Yeah, I agree with that statement big time. And the thing about it is hunting and fishing are the ways that we all became to evolve into what we are today. We hunt and we gather, and that's just been the way it is. And like I said, there's some red tape apparently out there. J Dog, are you in? I sent you a message the other day and asked you if you're in. If you're in, send me a message real quick. I'll get you added. So what I did, some of the folks that do not do Facebook, because most of this was advertised through Facebook, I did send some private messages to folks that I know follow the channel and could be, all right, J Dog's in. That leaves 1 spot open. So I did send it to some folks that do not have Facebook, or do not follow Facebook and whatnot, so that they don't miss out and everyone gets opportunity, an equal opportunity, if that's how we're going to say it. But if I get my boat going, I might bring my youngin'. That'd be fantastic. Yeah, I'm hoping to get my boat back like tomorrow, any day. So I've been hearing that for like 2 months. So what? By the end of this week, it'll be 2 months she's had my boat. Not happy. Probably will not be a repeat business. Average person sees a picture of 1,000-pound catfish, and I'm holding up, and the first thing they ask are those good to eat? Well, I get only justifies doing it if you're going to eat it. Yeah, some people just don't get it, and that's okay. Everyone doesn't have to get it. You know what I mean? Some guys like to put a bunch of money into a race car and see how fast they can go down a track or how fast they can go in circles. And to a lot of other people, that doesn't make sense. They don't understand that. And that's okay. You don't have to. But that's, everyone has the right to pursue their happiness. And just so happens for most of us, the catfish is our happiness. That's our happy place. And that's where we enjoy spending our time. The hunt, the trying to outfish or outmaneuver the catfish. It's just like a game of chess. And, the more time you spend playing chess, the better you get at it. And you come up with some really cool moves and whatnot. And that's kind of how I feel like the catfishing is. I'm playing chess. I'm trying to figure out what they're going to do next, what their next move is, and be ahead of them, figure out where they're at and what they're doing. Lee wants in. Uh-oh. Did I miss it? Lee Evans says, count us in. All right. That will wrap up that will finalize the spot right there. Lee Evans, I'll send you a message. That way I can get everybody's names and stuff. And then we'll get on with it as far as pictures and things. I try to get everybody's picture and have a good time with it. Get the kids' pictures out there and they can brag and see their faces up on the screen and just have a good time with it. Chad has kept every single fish he's ever caught. He's up to 3 so far. Can Chad and Lyle get in the tournament? Oh man, here we go. We're going to have fun now. I can't wait to watch. Hey, thanks, Ernie. I truly enjoyed myself. Last time we had this thing going on, it turned out to be really cool. I really enjoyed myself. I learned a little bit. I'm hoping to get some giveaways for the chat. We'll get the giveaway tool up and get it running. And that's a good night. Hey, thanks, buddy. I just made that up on my own. I just made that up on my own. That's really what it is. You know, a lot of times I'll ask, two stands dropping another 222. I'm still with you. Sunfish's mom, 222.52. There you go, man. I heard that. I heard that story. And it touched my heart as well. So hats off to you guys, man. Thank you guys for doing what you do. You know, the super chats are awesome, but showing up in chat and being active, and you know, some of the comments I get after the videos or text messages and things I get, you know, some folks really seem to enjoy the content. Some folks give me some feedback on some things they'd like to see different or things we could try on the channel, and I'm always open for it. Hopefully you guys have learned enough about me over the time that I could take criticism. Just like I said in the beginning of the show, with the you know, a couple of folks were questioning whether the fish was released quickly enough on the 78 pounder. I 100% believe that the fish was, well, I know the fish was fine. He kicked my butt in the boat and on the way out the boat. But the fact that somebody was willing to question that doesn't bother me. It makes me feel good to know that people still are care enough to speak up about the fish. So as far as I'm concerned, you know, the more people speaking up about the fish, the happier I am. So Tim, don't change for nobody, brother. That's right. Well, everyone expect Epic Catfish to get deleted. We smoke, drink, show cut bait, and have a good time, because that's what we do. Yeah, you just keep doing what you do. Like I said, I wasn't trying to you know, discourage anybody. I just wanted to put it on the radar because it wasn't on my radar until I watched Haz's show. Did he go over the rules on the kids tournament? I went over the size rules. So basically, this is a YouTube tournament. Only fish caught by the child in the tournament will count towards the point system. The parents are allowed to do anything that they have to do. Bait the hook, if you have to cast it, if you have to help hold the rod to get the fish in. This isn't a hardcore tournament. This is get the kids out there and have some fun tournament. Even calling it a tournament is a stretch. We just really want to get the kids out there and have some fun. If we can, you know, reward and have some prizes to give away for the kids for whatever the point systems may be, big fish, small fish, and most points are going to have different prizes. But pretty much, you know, you must remain live through the tournament. Any fish caught on camera will count, and only the fish caught by the child will count towards their point system. So it's pretty straightforward system. I didn't see the need to add a whole lot of complexity to it. You know, especially when coming to the kids, I just want to keep it simple. I'm talking about myself. I just want to keep it simple. Hey, Laura's in the house. Laura, what's going on? Glad you may able to make it in. Let's see, I ran into multiple people that were taking home 50-pound catfish home to eat, and I told them that they were idiots and needed to wake up. I would not use that approach. You know, because much like pay laking and stuff, a lot of people are just not aware or uneducated. And I'm not saying that they're stupid, but I'm saying that they just don't know any better. They just don't understand the consequences. And for myself, I found it much easier to try to get somebody to understand or to get on board with what's going on with a different approach. You know, be educational and be respectful. Otherwise, it's not going in. As soon as you start getting offensive, they get defensive, and everything's lost from that point forward. There is no conversation. It's an argument, and the argument's not going to fix anything. Matter of fact, Zach and I had a cool little run in with a guy fishing below Nickajack who just would not stop coming up and stopping directly behind our boat. I couldn't even cast. We were trying to catch skipjack, and this guy was too, but no matter what, he just continued to get right in front of us. And as politely as I could, I said, hey, buddy, do you want to get in our boat? He just looked at me kind of funny, and I said, do you want to just fish with us? And he said, no, I'm good. I said, well, you might as well. I mean, you're fishing the same hole. We're fishing the same spot here. It'd be easier if you just got in our boat. And needless to say, the guy got the point. I didn't have to throw an 8-ounce sinker at him to get my point across. And, it's just the approach. Just in my opinion, education is a much easier and typically more productive approach. And so that's my angle. That's what I try to do. I don't want to eat catfish bigger than 6 or 7 pounds. I'm the same way. I like them small. Facts, Roger. Educating them works better than this. Yeah. Yep, absolutely. And I'm sure it was a little stretch of the imagination up there. It's not just the mercury levels. It's the fact that big fish like that need to be released so they can get bigger and be caught again by some. Yeah. And I'm sure in conversation, that presentation is probably what was given. Talking amongst like-minded people, it's easy to say that because we're like-minded for the most part, and we agree. When you're dealing with somebody who's not like-minded and doesn't understand or doesn't agree with your views, it's confrontational. They say the bigger a flathead is, the better they taste. I wouldn't know. I have never actually. I think I ate my first flathead when I was like 12 or 13 because I was like super proud of it, and I don't think I've ever eaten a flathead since. I got a picture of that flatty. It's kind of it is really embarrassing photo of myself, 12 or 13 years old. Roger tried to beat up some kayakers when I fished with him. What? You said what? I don't think I did. If I did, I don't remember how. Oh, I was kind about it. I'm always professional until you force me not to be. Yeah, I kind of figured that. Like I said, I understood that in chat we were probably, letting it all hang out, but in person, the consequences are a little bit different. Shoot, J-Dog. Roger tried to beat me up and kill me the first. All right, now this is going to turn into the first time I went fishing with Roger. See, I almost killed Chad. Almost threw Justin out of the boat. Try to get me to run. Oh yeah, those guys were in their little scullies. They weren't kayakers. They were like the 6 or 7 man row teams, and they took up the entire river. Now we were on the Licking River, which isn't real wide, but they went from side to side, and was like, they got to let us through. No, they didn't. Matter of fact, when J-Dog finally tried to get up close enough to try to pass him, the coach got on the megahorn and yelled at us, "Hey, can you please stay back? Just be patient. We're having a race." So are we. We're trying to get to the fish. Let's see what he say. Let's see. Explain it to them in a respectful way. They will think about it and change that habit. We can hope, Brian B. That's the best we can do is, educate and go from there. We're not going to change everybody. It's not feasible. But if we could just change one person every now and then, or get one person thinking a little bit deeper, then we've done our job. I try to do that whenever I can. I run into a lot of folks especially when I'm at the spillway, our Paint Creek Spillway here. Great place to get bait. And but unfortunately, it's also a great place to get bait for the guys going to the pay lakes. And so when they see me down there tearing up, the shad or whatever bait I'm after, they all assume I'm going to a pay lake, and that opens the door for conversation. And I just kind of, and I admit to them, stepped on Zach's head. And I admit to him that once upon a time I did go to pay lakes when I first started getting into catfishing, and I was uneducated, didn't realize what the consequences were or what the long-term effects were from my actions. And I went to a pay lake and I caught fish, and I thought it was a-okay. And it was actually my buddy Herb Everhart who got me out of the pay lake, took me to the river and said, here's what's going on. And I never went back. It took the wind out of my sails. I didn't enjoy it anymore. And everything that I had thought was fun all of a sudden became no fun. And I didn't enjoy it, and kind of became disgusted that I bought into it for a while. But I use that energy now to try to explain and educate other people, so maybe somebody else will change their ways and at least think about the long-term effects of us supporting, because in reality we're supporting commercial fishing. It's not supporting a pay lake. The pay lake can just go get somebody else, but when you're supporting a commercial fisherman that's coming taking your fish out of the river, that's where it's going to start hurting. If these guys aren't buying fish out of the river, then there's no need for them to go catch them. Try to throw my rods in the water just because you dropped yours in, or was it 2 rods or maybe 3? I've dropped my fair share of rods in the water, but if I remember correctly, Skip, in the freezing cold of winter, you went back to cast, you snagged my rod out of the rod holder, flipped it completely over the boat and into the water, and it couldn't be it froze up so quickly that it could not be reeled in, and we had to set it in front of the Mr. Buddy heater to get it to thaw out so I could reel it in. I remember that story. Roger's a vicious fisherman. Man, I was just getting ready to talk about how cool it is to hang out with these guys and chat and go fishing with so many people that I've met through the community, and now I'm starting to second guess it. Real beast. They was bank to bank and refused to let us buy. Yeah, it was a little nuts. You just got to be tough enough to take a muskrat hug and hug back. He wasn't trying to choke you. Yeah, I told them guys, I said, I'm a hugger, so just be, I'll grab a hold of you. You're gonna know it. Ernie Brown, great show. Roger, like always, buddy. Everyone be safe. Sleep well. See y'all tomorrow. Got to hit it early. Thanks, Ernie Brown, for tuning in. Appreciate you being here, buddy. And it's always great seeing you guys. You're like our blankie. You know what I mean? Everything's going to be okay when Ernie and Christy show up. So what else we got? Man, that's cold. I know it. That's cold, man. We fish in the cold. I don't mind fishing in the cold. Just got to keep my reels out of the water. I didn't say anything bad, just the truth. Yeah. Yep. I was ready to run over them, not run over them, but run by them. I said, these guys are going to have to, they're all going to get the wake. It ain't going to matter. It's a race, and it's equal opportunity. We go right down the middle of them. Everybody's going to get the wake. Roger took me out night fishing on the river for the first time and taught me a lot of what not to do, like barge chicken. Here we go. That's right. Well, we went in on this. We went in on an island, and the inside of the island, the fog kind of rolled in. But when we went to leave the island, get back out on the main river, and the fog was intense. It was retarded. There was like no visibility whatsoever. We was in idle and just using the GPS. Thank goodness we had it, or we'd still be there. Using the GPS to kind of follow our lines back to the way we came. And I don't remember playing chicken with a barge. I think there was one out there somewhere. Justin scares easily. Let's see. What else we got? Anybody else? We would love to fish with you. I would love to fish with you guys. Absolutely. Man, a trip out to hang out with all you guys. Man, if I could, I would start a Muskrat worldwide tour. I'd just go bouncing around and spend a week here and a week there, and just, if I could afford it, I would. I've got the time to do it. I can't afford to do it. Muskrat, I'm just in a vulnerable mood about the weakness of the country these days, I guess. Yeah, I understand. It is very frustrating at times to see how little, or the nonsense that it takes to cause an uproar, or the the types of changes and things that go on. We're not going to get into politics here, because that's a different show. But I understand it is frustrating at times, and something like this, as far as them digging in and them digging in on these hunting and fishing channels to see if anything could hurt somebody's feelings or upset somebody. This is a little too far. Roger loves playing chicken with barges, Justin. I had plenty of room, Chad. And that thing was anchored. We were coming in about, 10 mile an hour. Luckily, the barge, it cuts back like this. So, we were under the barge, but, we still had a ways to go before we was actually under the barge. We were just under the tip of the barge. I had it. We was good. River fog at night will kill you. I was passenger in a boat that hit a log because the river was intoxicated, and the river fog was too thick to see ahead. Yeah, that's a dangerous situation. We ran into a little bit of that this morning. The fog was pretty thick. As soon as we put the boat in, we had a barge right on top of us. We could see their lights. And then as we made our way upriver, one of the things I think is even more dangerous than a barge moving is a barge that is not moving when they pull into the bank. So a lot of ours, I don't know if it's like this anywhere else, but a lot of our barges here will nose right into the bank and then put the engine on idle and leave it in gear and just keep that pressure on the bank. And they're about a 45-degree angle. And, they're sticking out pretty far. This didn't happen this morning, but Zach admitted that it had happened to him, that when it comes back at that angle off the bank, found himself clean up in the wedge of it and had to back out because the fog was so thick. He didn't realize that he was in danger before it was too late. Now, like I said, the barge wasn't moving, but river fog is nothing to joke around about. We went fishing this morning. We anchored up. The fog was horrible. When the fog cleared, we actually was parked 100 feet from a barge that was parked. Yeah, 100 feet. Yeah, you should have been able to hear it running, or maybe even smell fumes. Sometimes there's the things that I try to pay attention to when I can't see, is to rely on my other senses. Yeah, that's always scary when it gets light and you realize there was a barge there the whole time. At least Roger could see the barge. Backwoods mindset. Hey, I don't think I said hello, but welcome. We were stump bumping, doing donuts, playing chicken with a barge, but Gabby caught her first river flathead, so the near-death experience was worth it. It wasn't quite near-death experience. Come on, man. The log thing was bad. The fog, couldn't do a whole lot about that. But the log was going up the river, and there's a lot of wood in this area. It's one of my favorite flathead places to fish anywhere. And it's on the inside of an island. It's completely littered with wood. I mean, it's got structure and cover everywhere. Deep water, shallow water. It's got current. It's a beautiful place for flatheads. And I seen a log coming out and it went under the water and came back up the other side. And I thought it was two separate logs, but it wasn't. It was one log that went under the water and it brought the boat to a dead stop. And Justin and Gabby hit the floor. Trying not to get on a rant, but yes, sir, Roger. Yeah, I understand. I totally do, man. Totally do. He wasn't running for some reason. He was at 45 degree, just like you said. Oh, I got you. That's weird. Normally they can't maintain. Of course, there was no current on the Ohio today either. I don't know about how it was for you down in Cincinnati, but at Greenup Dam today, it was terrible. Even they turned the hydros on for 20 minutes. We had been spot locked and was walking baits over a ledge. I actually caught five fish this morning bumping. And I was bumping with 1 ounce because I wanted to bump so bad. And we anchored and we couldn't get a fish to bite. We started bumping. I got a fish or two to bite. And then I finally hooked up on one. So I decided, let's just keep trying to bump. And but there was no current whatsoever. They kicked the hydros on for about 20 minutes. And we thought, sweet, we're going to have some current for a while. We reeled everything in, ran all the way up to the dam. And no joke, it's like as soon as we shut down the motor and put the trolling motor down, they shut it off. Done. No more water. Like, daggone it. Like they were watching us. Let's see. Chad, you're my favorite fisherman, buddy. Don't let them talk about you. I don't talk about Chad. He knows I love him. Unfortunately, the world has changed and I have not. Yeah, that's one of the disadvantages of getting old, pal, is we get stubborn and we don't change much. So, hey, dog's going fishing. I never seen one that wasn't running sitting there. He stayed all day. Yeah, that's odd, buddy. Normally, in order to hold that position, like that 45-degree angle, they'll be on idle, which is what our barge was. So to hold that and to be completely dead in the water is a little bit weird. Hopefully, they at least had their lights on. Brian B. Dan's in the house saying hello to everybody. Blue Line Adventures. We mentioned you earlier getting in on the kids tournament. So we talked a little bit about it. We kind of jumped all over the place tonight. I gotta be honest. Last week being live on the water, and then the week before having the Hawaiian fisherman on the show was a great show. I haven't been able to really sit down and just kind of talk with everybody for a while. This is my favorite thing to do right here is just kind of talk, and it's like hanging out on a boat, somebody said once. That turns out to be one of my favorite comments or compliments from my shows is we just like to hang out and share information, share stories. Who's running their Potomac about me? That's right. If you don't have dangerous barge and log stories, you're not a real catfisherman. Well, I seen Kelly Bullock made a comment earlier. Whenever I'm ready to come in and tell a story, I'll save a story for that. But the most scared I've ever been in my entire life was fishing, and I will never forget a moment of that experience. Chad, who isn't? Chad, why is it everybody likes picking on you, man? You're just an easy target. Do you talk so much smack that everyone just feels comfortable? I'm a real river fisherman, still green. Well, if I ever get my boat back, I can get some of you guys back out on the water and get some more fishing in. Man, it's driving me crazy. Right now I'm scared to death of what the bill's going to be, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there. Hopefully we can go under the bridge because the boat's running. Let's see. Does that mean I'm a real catfisherman epic? Yeah, here we go. This is it right here. He could take it without getting huffy, which makes it fun. Yes, absolutely. He is a good sport. I know everybody in here is pretty much in line with how our community works. We like to poke fun and jab on each other, but at the end of the day, there's nothing but respect and love from angler to angler. Everybody's got their certain set of skills and abilities that makes them unique and different and valuable to the community. So meet me halfway, Roger, and get my bass tracker. Is that the one you just finished setting up? I don't want to take your boat you just finished setting up. I keep thinking any day now I'm going to get my boat back. I was hoping to get it back. I missed my stuff, man. I missed my shoot. I had to go break into I didn't break in. He was there, but I had to go break in and jump in my boat, start getting stuff out I forgot I had. It's been there forever. Epic, I'm a real river cat fisherman, just can't catch catfish. Yeah. Took me almost 6 months to get my kayak registered in Alabama. Missed out on so many cats. No kidding. That is rough. Yeah, that's unfortunate. I've had some trouble here in Ohio getting things taken. See, I bought a boat in Kentucky and I bought a boat in Tennessee. We use my pontoon. Don't need my tracker. I'll tell you what, J-Dog, I'm calling the boat guy tomorrow. If he can't tell me it's going to be done by this weekend, I'll come and get it. Because I got a couples tournament I got to fish on the 16th. I think. I don't know if Jan's still fishing with me or not. But anyway, I need to get a plan together and get a boat lined up, I guess. I had to go out and come back in. Look like I was the only one talking. No, we still got 38 people hanging out here with us tonight. It's been a while since we ran a good show. I don't know that anyone else is on. If I'm running over somebody please let me know. Hang on a second. I can check it out here. I got a second screen running. I can pull some stuff up on. See, Fishing with Big Mike is live right now. Can we get another monster? It looks like last night he had, I think it was last night, he caught a 51 down there on the Chickamauga. So for me, getting out and getting out, it's the journey and desire that counts. Love it. Absolutely. For me, getting out and seeing these new waters and checking things out. When I start to watch live streams, from right now, the Tennessee River chain, Chickamauga, Watts Bar, Nickajack, all these places I got to go see and experience. Now, when I watch a video, it's like, oh, I know where he's at. I've been right there. I didn't catch anything there or whatever it turns out to be. We're right where Big Mike's fishing, was right where we were fishing at as well. He's fishing the bank or fishing up on where he was last night, fishing up on the dam. And we bumped that area when we got there. One time I had to hold the spark plug wires to the engine together to keep the motor running till we got back to the boat ramp and got shocked the whole dang way. Holy cow. And that might explain a couple things. I'm just kidding. I don't know you that well yet. Brandon's Outdoors Ventures. Hello. Just got back from Lake Erie. Well, how did you do? What were you fishing for? Lake Erie right now. Well, you could be after the perch or the walleye. I think the steelies are about done. Actually, I'm not 100% sure about that. I don't know the fish that well up there. How'd you do and what were you fishing for? Stan says, sometimes I feel like, Roger, my signal was so bad, everyone disappeared. Yeah, you do have some rough signal out there, man. Did pretty good on Kelly Bullock's show. I know you had to pop out and pop back in a couple of times, but we managed to get through it. I ended up stepping out at the very end to hop over and check out Dan's. We talked about that show. I saw about that show, and not knowing where our next adventure is going to be, I wanted to get in on whatever James River tips were being offered away. And, it was really cool having Chris in there as well. He's more of a tournament angler. But see, the tournament guys offer a unique set of skills because they have to get on fish, and find big fish, but they only need a few fish, but they have to do it quickly. And so it's always interesting to me to listen to what the tournament guys' strategies are as compared to, the fun fishermen, the guys that, we just want to go out, catch fish and have a good time. If it takes us all day, it takes us all day. Or fishing the odd hours, fishing at night and fishing, in the dark, where most of these catfish tournaments, are daytime hours and whatnot. So I'm always interested to hear the strategies of these tournament fishermen that fish a lot, to see how they find, locate, and get on daytime fish quickly and locate big fish. So it was cool having Chris in there, and of course Dan and Stan, they catch nice fish down there all the time. So it was a good live stream. Let's see, Stan, you have an awesome wife. I even talk in my sleep. I believe that. Team Nuri 2.0, did you guys stay in a hotel or a fishing camp? I've been going to Watts Bar for years, usually spring trip and a fall trip. We stayed, when we went to Watts Bar, we just stayed. Actually, we didn't stay anywhere at Watts Bar. We stayed, dadgone it, I can tell you real quick. We stayed closer to the Chickamauga Dam because for that event, or for us going down there, Zach was told the Chickamauga or the Nickajack. We stayed closer to Nickajack Dam. He was told that the skipjack were at Nickajack. Hang on. Well, poo. I can't even find it now. I can't even find it now. We were staying closer to Nickajack Dam. We stayed there several nights. When the morning we decided to drive over to Watts Bar and catch all those fish, we was going to go get a hotel room that night and get up the next morning and try to catch bait and maybe fish for a couple hours. But the bait had been so tough that we figured that if by the time we got up in the morning, because we had stayed out late, a little bit later than we anticipated staying out, we just ended up packing up and driving all night home. So we were pretty tired, but paying $100 bucks to stay at a hotel just to get up and leave and come home, we decided to tough it out. I'm heading to Nick next year. I was curious. There's Nickajack has some crazy deep water. There's just a lot. There's a lot going on that, and same for Watts Bar. Watts Bar is crazy. It's got a river within the lake. It's got so many creeks and feeders and flats and holes and islands. It's really unique. We were told that, the big fish, if you want to get into 60, 70, 80, 100-pound fish, Watts Bar is not going to be the place to spend much time. There are big fish there, but they're few and far between. And so we were told to concentrate more on the Nickajack, Gunnersville area. And so that's what we did. Picking up that. We did catch, quite a few fish in the high 30, low 40 range. I don't even know how many of those we caught. We caught several. But then that 78 took the cake, man. Right there. Tonight's episode brought to you by Muddy Water Bait and Tackle. For all your tackle needs, come see us at Muddy Water. Get a hold of him, J-Dog. I could use some help on the kids tournament. We could put something together for Muddy Water. This is what we wore today out on the water. Let's see. I seen something about where's a good place to stay at Watts Bar. Yep, I don't want to answer that one. Glad you all stayed off the I was wondering why that didn't come up, Mike Chavez. They completely left that out. You realize that? I never made it on the Chickahominy when we were up there. I know Stan and not Stan. Zach and Skip did, but I think it was like Labor Day weekend, and they said it was horrible. They said you could have walked across the entire river, not touching, without getting your feet wet, just by walking from boat to boat. They said there were hundreds and hundreds of boats in that river at that time. They said no matter how far they went, they couldn't get away. I stayed in my queue and said it wasn't delivered. Let's see. What else we got going on here? Dana says I talk too much too. Well, you'll have that. My wife says the same. Everybody I've been with says the same thing. It's hard for me to go into a grocery store or anywhere around here. I've lived in this area my whole life. I did Walmart logistics for 17 years. I was in management, and I was lead and training. So I have trained literally hundreds of people. I got you, buddy. I've trained literally hundreds and hundreds of people around this Tri-County area, working up there at the distribution center. It's very hard for me after 17 years to go anywhere and not run into somebody I know. And, well, I'm kind of talkative, so I don't have a stranger. I don't even have to know the person. I can still be talking to them. That's how you run into cool people. Like I said, we ran into Catfish Dave and talked to him a good bit. Turns out he's a pretty cool dude. Maybe some of his persona is for his channel and to, for views. Maybe that's really how he is on camera. But for us, he was a really cool, laid back guy. Gave us a lot of information. Like I said, sent me a map, dropped a pin and said, go here. And even then he also dropped another pin and says, when you're done catching dinks, go right here and check this out for big fish. And so got a lot to be said for a guy that doesn't really know you. There was another fella we ran into. His name's Crappie. I think it's Crappie Magnet Fishing. He's an older fella. He's like pro staff for everybody in the ultralight world. And we spent a lot of time talking to him. He had a stick steer boat, which Zach had never seen one before. And when he came across the water, it was kind of, it's very unique. You can tell right away it's a stick steer boat when the man's sitting in the very front of the boat, driving an outboard motor, and it's being, steered from the very front of the boat. And, it just kind of gets your attention. And so we sat and talked to that guy for, almost an hour. Let's see. So is it going to be light fall and warm winter, or do you think we'll get frozen out this winter? I'm not sure if you're talking to me or not. You don't want to ask me because I have no idea. And that's the truth. Let's see. Somebody said they ran into Chris Souders. If you guys, I imagine most of you do. If you do not know, Chris Souders with Slunger Cat Outdoors, I'd say at least 50% of what I think about and what I know in the catfishing world, I learned from Chris Souders. And not only from his videos, but, talking to him in person, I ran into, we fish a lot of the same water. So it was common for us to run into each other at the boat ramp. And that guy will sit and talk your ear off, just giving you information. And it's really refreshing to talk to somebody, that really has that much, kind of like Tim, Epic Catfish here, has that much knowledge and that much experience and just willing to give it away for free to the people that are passionate and interested in the listening. And much like Tim, it just has a real passion for people catching fish. And if he can help people catch more or bigger fish, that's the thing that really turns them on the most. For me, it's a lot of the same. It's when Chris stopped doing the Tuesday night tackle talk, Chris's candles burned on both ends. You know, he had a syndicated television show running on the oh shoot, I forget the television network that he was on. Wasn't the Outdoor Channel, Sportsman, the other one. But you know, he's an awesome dude. Gives a lot of information away. You can go back and watch that old stuff and his newer videos over and over again, and you're still going to learn stuff. My heart grew 3 sizes that day after hearing Muskrat talk about Chris Souders. Yeah, man. Guys like you and Chris that are doesn't stop, you know, sharing information and truly have a passion for helping people. It's awesome. Getting frozen out. What is I hate about Northeast Ohio? Yep. If your water freezes over, Chad will tell you frozen doesn't stop us. Chad was with me. Unfortunately, the day I snapped my steering off because it froze and it was so cold. I sheared the gears off on the steering. So, oh boy, I met a legend named Muskrat Adventures. It was a true honor. He was a great person. That's a little deep. Every time Two Stan loses a fish, I tell him in chat that Catfish Dave would have caught that one. I bet that goes over like a lead balloon. Fishing with the chat. I can't remember the last time it was frozen enough by me to fish. Okay, yeah, if the water's freezing over and they'll be able to get through the ice. The Ohio has frozen over. It's been a long time, and it can freeze over, but I hope it don't. You know, we've got a warm water discharge down here that kicks out warm water that will usually hold fish for us through the wintertime, up until the spring. And, you know, it's a hot spot. Everybody and their brother knows about it. You can get on Google Earth map anywhere, anything you want, and everybody can find this. So you got to fish it just a little bit harder, or a little bit different than what other folks are doing. You got to have primo bait. You're not going to go out there even in wintertime with frozen junk and pull these fish off the structure and out of the warm water discharges. Many men try it. I'm going to be fishing the Ohio River this winter. Bring the boat down. There you go. That was the day that was the day you and Chad cheated to beat me just saying. That's not how anybody else in the catfish community remembers it. We were limping around on a kicker motor and a trolling motor it looked like we had a broken axle or a twisted frame. We was going crabbing all the way up the river at like 2 miles an hour trying to get to our spot, and we could never leave our spot. We just had to fish with what we had, and it just turned out to be okay. That warm water, Justin, you fished it once. you got to fish it more than once. Maybe you fished it twice. I can't remember. I got videos on my channel that prove otherwise. I got a buddy who put 3 40-pound fish in the boat at the exact same time out of that warm water discharge. A lot of it has to do with the flow and whatnot. That's the day my friendship died. Mike is taking that long walk into work. Have a good night, man. Thanks, Mike, for tuning in. Appreciate you stopping in, hanging out with us. A lot of places you could be, but you chose to hang out here with us. So appreciate that. Have a great night, buddy. Oh, boy. Don't start that. God. Chad, shut up. Twice. The warm water just, oh, okay. You fished it twice? Yeah. Yeah, you're not going to get him every single time. You know, one of the things I do when I go down through there is the way I fish that warm water discharge, knowing that it's when I think it's holding fish anyway, is I start at the very bottom end of what's up through there. And as I drive up through there, I drop waypoints on all the humps and logs. There's a lot of debris down through there that gives a lot of cover away. And basically, I just drop waypoints all the way down through there, and I start at the top. And 15, 20 minutes, even in cold water, I'm still only giving 15, 20 minutes, 30 minutes maybe is max. Every 30 minutes, I'm just going to drop to the next waypoint. I'm just going to connect the dots all the way down through there until I figure out what the fish are holding to. If I could put together a pattern, if I keep picking up fish on rocks or keep picking up fish on timber, or if they seem to be, hiding behind, humps or drop-offs, ledges, if I could put something together, then I change things up and I start targeting just those areas that I know exist. But for the most part, I like a ping pong ball. I'll just go drop waypoints all the way up through there, and I start at the top, and I'll just drop back, as we fish down through there. My scent is working back through those areas, and as I continue to work closer to those fish, putting it in their strike zone, whatever that may be at that time, it helps, as opposed to starting at the bottom and moving forward and putting, trying to put scent out to get them interested in taking a bait. But others blossom, J-Dog, so maybe it was a blessing in disguise. I'm not sure what that meant. That story is like catfish the size of a Volkswagen. Yeah, all right, hang on, girl. Trust me, Chad, the friends I have now are real, and I love them all. There you go. New nickname, Junkyard Dog. If Roger uses my boat, he will start saying my stuff is junk too. Heck no, man. I can fish out of anything. I don't care. I mean, I'm spoiled on my boat. I got it set up the way I like it. I got the toys and the gear on there that I felt was good tools to have, but it ain't the only way to catch fish. I caught fish way before all that stuff, and hopefully I don't have to try to fish without it. My new nickname. Vendetta with the fish. Yeah, we fish some big nasty stuff. I try to warn Justin, if you got to get your bait right in front of it. You got to get your bait right in front of it. If you drop your bait down in, it's an old dam that they blew up, and if you drop your bait down in it, there's a good chance you're not getting it back. There's a lot of rebar and big concrete slabs down through there. You got to set up in front of it and try to lure them out. You could try throwing in it with a suspended rig of some sort, but it usually doesn't work very well. But Justin threw right in it. I try to give him the Pythagorean theorem and everything. Try to tell him that how many feet in the line he needed out to hit the spot and don't go past it. Whatever, dude. We'll talk about catfishing these days. I feel like my work is done. I have nothing. Whatever. I'm repeating half of what you said. That's why you like it, because it's the same. It's just what you said. I just said it different. Muskrat, would you fish out of a kayak? I would love to fish out of a kayak, to be honest. I do have some health conditions, though, that affect my balance, equilibrium, and whatnot that really, really intimidate me to get in a kayak. I have fished out of a kayak. Almost every time I've ever been in a kayak, I've been fishing. I won't just get in a kayak for fun. That's just not me. The very first time I ever went in a kayak, I had fishing poles and tackle bag with me. Do you have to go outside? You got to go pee? She's trying to tell me. What kind of dog I got? It's a Doberman. If she'll get up here, I'll hang. Trust me, Dan, it's true. Rogers already broke my pole holders. Whatever. I was on J-Dog's boat, and a 2-pound channel. Come here. Come here. She doesn't like this, but come here. You're a good girl. She's a 3-year-old Dobie. She doesn't even know she's a dog. She thinks she's a child. My wife has spoiled her horribly. Let's see. It's true. Yeah. Rod, I had a suspended rod off J-Dog's boat. It got hit by a 2-pound channel cat and broke the rod holder off. At least Epic's rod holder got broke off. It was something massive and nasty. Mars, I looked down and my rod was 11 eyes deep. All right. We joke around saying 4 eyes deep when the rod goes down. My Uncle Lou's rod was 11 eyes deep and only the handle was sticking up out of the water. And I thought I had a monster. And it was like a 2 or 3 pound channel cat. Things happen on my boat too. Don't worry about it. We didn't lose a pole. We didn't lose a fish. It was all good. What do you say? And threw in my $500. Oh, I did do that. I did do that. I can't remember I think I had his phone in my hand taking his picture and the rod went down and the phone went flying. My phone goes flying too all the time. 2-pound channel cat. Dobermans are excellent guard dogs. I was raised with them. Awesome, man. My dad was a Doberman breeder my whole life. I actually tried to get her bred her last cycle around, but the stud that we used was inexperienced, and I don't know if he was gay or what. He wasn't going after it. By the time he figured out what he was supposed to do, she wasn't about it no more. Time was up. So I'm gonna try to breed her again. Find her a stud by February, and hopefully get a litter of puppies. However, then it's not really for the money. There aren't that many Dobermans around anymore, and it kind of makes me sad. I grew up, like you said, I was raised with Dobermans my whole life, and I think they're superb dogs, intelligent, just agile, loyal. I mean, I'm biased. I was raised with them my whole life. I know a lot of people don't like them. They're intimidated by them or have a bad story or think that they'll turn on them and things like that. And as far as I'm concerned, there's no bad dogs. There's bad owners. And even then, you'll still get one every now and then, just got a shitty attitude. It's kind of like kids, right? You could do the very best you can to raise them right. You treat them good. And some of them just turn out to be pieces of crap. There's nothing you can do about it. Dogs are the same way. Generally, you treat them right, you take care of them, you spend time teaching them and building a relationship. You'll have no issues. You'll have a friend for the rest of your life. Me and my wife has this topic all the time. I tell her that she loves the dog more than me, and she says that that she loves me more than the dog loves me. And I told her, I said, well, there's only one way to find out who loves me more between my dog and my wife. And I told her, I said, I'm going to put both of you in the trunk and come back in 1 hour. And when I let you out, let's see who's happy to see me. I guarantee you, my dog's happy to see me. She loves me more, right? Roger is a full-fledged catfish Jedi. Man, come on. I don't deserve that. That's way off. I heard J-Dog call himself a stud. Well, that's not the kind of doggy style I'm looking for. So I want a Dobie, but not enough land for one. They do like to run. Only thing I got against fishing with Roger is he tried to make me learn. I did, didn't I? I was trying to get him to play with his electronics. I was trying to teach him how to tie some rigs and different things. And he just wanted to have fun. He's like, Roger, this is fun. Stop making it work. I'm like, I enjoy helping. But doing not enough land for one. Padawan. I don't even know what that is. I'm Roger. See, my vocabulary isn't good enough always. Roger, you can't fix stupid. There you go. The squirrel says work on him. No, Tim and I talk quite a bit on the phone, and there's guys out there that you see in the community that that just dig for it a little bit more, just push themselves a little bit too far. I can say that there are times where my wife could just about kill me because I get a little too. Everything you do is about fishing. You're thinking about fishing. You're watching fishing. You're tying fishing rigs. You're thinking about sometimes it's a little too much. But then again, there's guys like Tim who think the same way, and we get to talking, and it gets deep. Let's see. Dumb, leave me alone. You are not dumb. You're smart. You got everybody fooled. Currently helping dad raise mom's German Shepherd, amazing dog, but I'm ready to have another Rottweiler. Yep, the German Shepherd are great dogs. The only problem I have with the German Shepherd is they're very busy working dog, and so they want to stay busy all the time. And so if they're not busy, they get bored. When they get bored, they chew. Generally, obviously not all dogs are going to be that way, but anytime you get a working dog that you don't work, you don't take out and a bird dog or any of those other types of species of dogs that want to be worked. They can be destructive because they feel like they need to be doing something. My dog is plenty happy just chilling out and laying on the couch or laying on my lap. Yeah, you do. You can talk the talk and walk the walk. Badass cat. Thanks, man. I'm going to see if I can get that. Somebody take a screenshot of that. I'm going to get that framed and put it right back here somewhere because that's I need to read that. Hey, I'm trying to do something here. What? Do you have to go outside? You gotta go pee? I think she's gotta go outside. Okay, with just a couple more seconds here, we'll wind things up. Michael Murillo's in the house. Thank you for stopping in. I don't know if you snuck in on me or if you've been here and just lurking. Golden Retriever. Yeah, Golden Retriever is also a good dog. My wife got mad at me tonight because I asked for money for minnows and worms, and instead I blew it on beer. I don't drink, so I would have got the minnows. I would have got the minnows and worms. Yeah, Stan, Jedi Roger is. Pan down, let us see her. You want to? Come here, girl. Come here. Come here. Come here. Everybody wants to see you again. Here. Here. Say hi. She's shy. Are you shy? Are you pretty? There she is. She's a heathen. Like I said, she doesn't even know that she's a dog. She thinks she's human. Let's see. Living. So outdoors. Hey, thanks for tuning in. I'm going to have to shut this thing down, let this dog out. I've got to go outside myself. As a matter of fact, I sent you a screenshot. I believe it. I got some really funny screenshots. Matter of fact, J-Dog made a special little video for me after last week's live shows. And who gave a thumbs down? Oh, I get them every time, buddy. It doesn't matter how many. It doesn't matter how good the show. I could be handing out $100 bills, and somebody would still give me a thumbs down. That's okay. That is okay. All right, guys, I'm going to shut her down. I appreciate you guys all being here. Thank you very much for hanging out with me so long. We went 2 hours tonight. I didn't even realize that, but I'm going to get off here and let the dog out. We'll see you guys right back here next week. Same cat time, same cat channel. See you.